What's the result of mixing color for Marvel films and Asian fantasy? We get a great movie about modern Jackie Chan who saves the world. Here's a recap of the sci-fi action film Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. We are sure that you'll enjoy it. 1,000 years ago, a warrior by the name of Xu Wenwu found the Ten Rings. It is a mystical weapon that provides its master with tremendous power and even immortality. He could use these rings for good deeds, but he desired only one thing: absolute power. With such a weapon, he was completely invincible and managed to fight entire armies all alone. When Will created an army which he called the Ten Rings. These warriors conquered entire kingdoms, overthrew rulers, and changed the course of history. Many times, many centuries have passed, when Wu became incredibly powerful, but still craved more. He discovers the legend of a mysterious Ta Lo village, inhabited by many mythical animals, and ventures out in search of it. However, the journey turned out to be extremely challenging, since even the forest could attack unwelcome guests possessing the power of the Ten Rings. The man succeeds in finding the entrance to the village, but instead he faces the Guardian, a mysterious masked woman named Ying Li. She prevents Wen Wu from entering, so he attacks her. He was confident of defeating the woman with ease, but she proved to be a worthy opponent. Ying Li uses a mysterious technique floating like a butterfly, and even the power of the Ten Rings can't resist it. The woman easily deflects all attacks when Will admires her talents, and with each passing second the battle reminds them more and more of a dance. In the end, Ying Li effortlessly throws her opponent into a large puddle. But he doesn't get angry. Instead, he admires her lovingly. Ying Li reciprocates his affection. The couple gives birth to a son, Shang-Chi, and a daughter, Xia Ling, for the sake of his family. When Wu abandons the Ten Rings and his organization when the children have grown little older, they ask their mother how she managed to cope with the power of the Ten Rings. Ying Li told them that everyone in her family is endowed with the magic of the Great Protector. As the heart of the dragon beats in her chest, the woman put a green pendant around her son's neck and asks him to keep it safe in case Shang-Chi strays from the right path. Here is another time skip. Shang-Chi is now a grown man living in a typical American apartment. He does push-ups, puts on a business suit, and goes to work. He and his best friend Katie work as parking attendants. It's a bit of a weird profession for a son of the greatest warrior, don't you think? And one more thing, Shang-Chino has a new name, Sean. These two are real troublemakers. For instance, they take one of the coolest cars left by the customer and race around the city or sing karaoke all night long. Even though they have to get up early the next day, it's another work day. Sean and Katie are riding a bus. Suddenly, several men come up to the guy and claim the amulet presented by his mother. A fight ensues, and we realize that Sean is a great martial artist. He scatters all the enemies all over the bus with ease. There remains only the main opponent, a huge man with a blade instead of a hand. A fierce battle ensues. At one point, Sean even has to fight back with a laptop and climb onto the roof. The bus driver loses consciousness and the main character takes his place to save the passengers. Then he's replaced by Katie, and Sean continues the fight against the superpowered enemy. The other half of the bus is about to fall off, and the guy comes up with a cunning plan. He loves his opponent there and asks Katie to make a sharp right turn. The bus falls apart, hitting many files in its path, and not flipping over only by a miracle. The enemies remain far behind, but it's not a complete victory. Sean realizes that his green pendant has disappeared. One of the attackers must have taken it. Katie demands an explanation. She doesn't understand how her quiet loser of a friend turned out to be the greatest martial artist that has ever lived. Sean has to tell her the whole truth. We learned that the guy was attacked by the members of the Ten Rings organization, and their leader with a blade instead of a hand is called a Razor Fist. And in fact, these bandits were sent by Sean's father. We go back in time and watch little Shang-Chi mastering the martial arts the boy had been training from morning till night to become the best of the best. He even single-handedly defeated 10 opponents. At the age of 14, his father sent the boy on a mission to kill the leader of the Iron Gang. After accomplishing the mission, Shang-Chi decided not to return to his father, but instead escaped to San Francisco, where he took up the name Sean. We go back to the present time, realizing that his sister Xia Ling is also in great danger. Sean flies to Macau in order to find her. His faithful friend Katie travels with him. It turns out that Xiao Lin owned an underground fighting club called Golden Dagger. Daggers, in order to find his sister Sean, has to enter the ring and fight one of the strongest opponents there, and it turns out to be a sister who is called Macau's very own Face and Killer. A fierce battle ensues between them. Xia Ling doesn't seem to be glad to see her brother. She fights at full strength, and Sean barely manages to parry the blows. Remembering that she was abandoned by her brother, the girl knocks out Sean with a powerful kick. Nevertheless, showing compassion for her brother, she agrees to meet him. Sean warns his sister of danger. At that very moment, the Fight Club is attacked by gangsters from the Ten Rings. The heroes are forced to climb the scaffolding at great height to escape their pursuers. However, they get overtaken and a battle ensues. Kata falls off the scaffolding, but Xiaoling manages to catch her. The brother and sister fight against the whole crowd, but the number of enemies keeps increasing with each passing minute. One of the masked villains takes Shielding's amulet. Sean tries to defeat him, but the anime is too strong at this point, when Wu himself appears and takes his son, daughter, and even Cater to his place. Subscribe for part 2 inches.